What's going on, guys? It's your boy Carson here, back with a brand new video. And in today's exciting video, we're going over my detailing garage. Let's get into it. All right, and jumping into the garage, we've got to first start off with the lighting. Now, as you guys can see here, I've got quite a bit of lighting. I do have a lighting video that I covered on this back in the day, and I'm running these same exact lights. The only difference between these lights is I have a painted garage versus the other garage was not painted. So check out that video if you haven't already. These are the Feet electric lights. These are 600K color temp, and there's 8 of them. They're all daisy chained. These 2 here are controlled by a switch, and these 2 here are controlled by just the regular garage lights. These 2 will just regularly switch on when you switch on the garage lights, and those 2 you have to manually control. That's ran here by this controller. I do eventually want to upgrade the lights to something different and do a little bit better on the cable management. And jumping over to the paint of the garage, this is the Valspar flat ultra white paint. Now that's kind of a mouthful to say, but man, I think it looks great. We unfortunately did not primer the garage when we sprayed it. We just sprayed it with a regular gun, as this was a paint and primer. And honestly, I'm loving it. I've had no complaints with it. I do regret, unfortunately, not finishing some of the imperfections here, like the tape you can see from the mudding and all that stuff, but honestly, it's not that big a deal. Eventually, I do want to change the ceiling color or potentially change the color of the actual walls itself to a gray, like a Harbor Gray or something like that. Now, jumping over here, you guys have seen this quite a bit. Now, I do have my detailing certifications up here, my IDA certification, my Stout certification, and finally my welcome letter to Monterey when I got accepted there. So that was super cool. Jumping down, of course, you've got your garage door openers, locks for each and every of these cabinets down here, and then the control for the lights. Now jumping down here, we have a oil drum that I got quite a while ago that I just spray painted a flat black just to fit in. Now it's got everything from iron removers to polish. It's nasty. So it's a trash can at the end of the day, so it doesn't really matter. Over here, we've got our first cabinet that has a few things on top. We've got our pad washer, 2 other bulk chemicals from P&S, an undercarriage cleaner, our polishing pads and polishing machines, a 3-inch and 6-inch. And then this is the detailing cabinet. So it is kind of a mess, forgive me, but this is everything we've got. Now I'm testing quite a bit of products right now, so it is really, really full. But I'm gonna have a full breakdown on this to show you guys what I have in here, what I keep in here. And if you guys wanna see that, make sure to press the like button down below. But quickly going over here, I've just got a dilution chart so I remember, my pHs so I remember as well, and then bulk bottles, my IKs, drying towels, chemicals here, interior and polishing chemicals, microfibers, and then bulk chemicals down there. On top here, we've got a couple different totes that I got from Home Depot. I've got my steamer and extra shop vac there, the Forester parts there, and then the STI parts there as well. So I can keep those ready to go whenever I need them. Jumping down over here, of course, the workshop that you guys have seen quite a bit. I've got my ceramic coatings just chilling out here to kind of display those as well. Ripping rags and shop towels, a couple different funnels, hammers, a couple different wear tools, ear protection, stuff that I grab and go quite a bit. Again, we've got all-purpose cleaner there. You got tape, different tools, and then stuff that I'm currently working on. So right now, I've got to replace some of the buttons on the Forester, so I have those right there that I need to get around to. And this is a special surprise, so stay tuned for that. I'm super excited about that. But I got another caddy here for the garage TV and the sound bar, which is up here. Got a little light that shines down here. The performance tool mat. Got a weird stain on it for some reason. I'll have to clean that up. Following up here, we've got a fire extinguisher just in case. This was actually in one of my old cars, so I just put it up there and we have it there just in case. Dropping down here, we've got our full toolbox. I've got my older rags here that I can just throw away after one single use. They've been demoted quite a few times. This is where some of the sockets are, the toolbox stuff. Again, please don't roast me too hard. I'm eventually gonna get tool grid in here, but man, it's a little bit of a mess. I mainly use Harbor Freight, some Icon, and then I'm slowly going into some Koken stuff. I've got some nicer Wera screwdrivers, thanks to my friend Jose, so shout out to you, Jose. But we've got some of that stuff there. There's my screwdrivers, wrenches here. If you work on any sort of suspension, I would highly recommend these. Are called aviation wrenches, and they're great to work on suspension, at least for Subarus, so get those. More pliers, that kind of stuff here. This is kind of my catch-all right now, which that's totally fine. And this is kind of my first attempt for organization. So I've got a bunch of different electrical connectors, nuts, bolts, screws, all sorts of stuff here. This is my more automotive focus. So I got my fuses, more clips, that kind of stuff, voltage meter, all that good stuff. And then down here are my bulk side. So my Metro Vac, which I really love. It's super nice to pick up small little things, vacuum up things on the top of the bench here, or just grab and go. So shout out to the Metro Vac, heat gun, and then some bigger tools that I don't really use all the time. And then these are my big mechanics tool set. Again, more gear wrench stuff and more specialty tools. This is a Harbor Freight Yukon box. This fits my needs a little bit better, and with the space that I have, it's very, very limited. This garage is super small. This garage is a 2-car garage at 419 square feet, so I had to squeeze every ounce of space that I had out of it. Being able to walk around was very important with me, so I had to use up the space that I could. To the right here, we've got the laundry basket that I picked up off Amazon, so of course my towels, pads, throw right there. I've got a little spray bottle here with rags to riches that I can spray if I use any sort of sealants or anything like that. Small little broom here for picking up stuff, again, on the bench or whatever it is. I've got tire covers and a jumper up there, a box of ripping rags that I use, and then more automotive-based stuff. Got a little sticker here for the IDA, shout out to the IDA, and then this is kind of a mess again, so don't flame me too hard. I've got all sorts of lubricants, funnels, everything you could ever need. Dropping down here, I've got more of your ribbon rags, shop towels. This is where I charge my Ego batteries and my Metro Vac, backups of gloves, oil filters, that kind of stuff. Labeled stuff here for, again, home ownership, special tools, automotive stuff, spray paint, and then this is where I keep my touch-up paint down there, oil, and finally that's where I keep my shop vac there. Jumping over here, you guys have seen this cart, and I've actually updated this cart since that video, so if you want to see an updated cart video, make sure to drop a comment down below and let me know, and we can do an updated cart video. Jumping up here, we've got my power tools. I am a Ryobi guy, so I have all sorts of Ryobi power tools here. We've got just the standard heavy hitters, the ratchets, the drills, the impact drivers, 3/8 impact, and then the 1/2-inch impact, a portable sander, air chucks, and then of course a charging station up here. Got 2 different types of lights, the Ryobi chemical sprayer, which I use quite a bit. I've got 2 sections for gloves, and trust me, I'm a madman when it comes to this stuff. So these are the Harbor Freight gloves. These are very thick, they're 9 mils thick, so if it's something I'm working on automotive stuff, or I know I'm gonna be wearing these gloves for quite a while and I know I'm gonna be using and abusing them, I will use these 9 mil thick ones. If I'm just detailing, I will use my standard detailing gloves here, which are about 6 mils thick, so not very, very thick compared to these guys. Following that, we've got the color match light from Harbor Freight. I use that quite a bit on paint corrections and smaller jobs like that. 2 smaller magnetic lights that I picked up on sale, and then extension cords over here. This is a standard Idaho thing where they put the water heaters in the garage. I know that may be a thing where you guys live, but they also put this thing, and this is the most annoying thing possible, and I need to do something with this. This is just a pole that they put in the concrete to prevent you from hitting it and hitting this natural gas line. And so again, I've utilized this space as much as I can. And so I've got my jack stacked in there. I've got my air compressor there with my hose reel, and then following all my air tools. So I've got my Ultra Air Blaster, just the version 1, a air chuck here, some smaller air tools that I hardly use. So I keep the jacks on a wall mount because it just keeps it a lot nicer and out of the way. And of course, jumping up on that, we've got a tire rack here. Now this is one that houses the stock STI wheels, as I wanted to keep these in pretty good condition. Above that, I've got my fender defender by the rag company that I put down when I have the car in here, and I have it on the battery tender. I've got one battery tender attachment there, and I can actually take that down because I added a new adjustment to that. Jumping down here, I've got added a little bit of cable management here to my 2 plugs here, the battery tender for the STI, as the STI typically parks right here. I have it now on a quick release system, so it's wired directly to the battery. So all I have to do is just plug that guy in and we're good to go. Throw the fender defender down and we're good to go. Over here, we've got 2 different flags. We've got the STI flag and of course the Motul flag, as that's the preferred oil for the STI, and it has quite a bit of heritage with Subaru. So there's those guys. Normal homeowner things that I'm trying to make look better without going too crazy and hiding everything. We've got an internet junction box here, and then we've got the sprinkler system that runs everything here. A little bit of cable management never hurt nobody, so I tried to do my best to manage this guy and just keep one plug in there so I can run a polisher, run whatever I want off there. I did originally have that there so I could run my pressure washer before I got a dedicated amp circuit to it. Jumping over to the pressure washer setup, we're not gonna go crazy in depth. I will have a video on this so you can check that out. But here is my pressure washer setup. So I get fresh water coming from my main water inlet right over by the water heater, goes all the way up here. The first valve is over by the water heater, and then we have a second valve right up there just in case. Following that down, it goes into my active 2.0 pressure washer. My dedicated 20 amp circuit is right next to it with the cut cable, which again makes it look a lot cleaner. This is a GFCI unit, so all I have to do is reset it if there ever gets any water into it. Following that, the active has a quick connect system on here, so I just quick connect that there, and then a quick connect over here on the elbow, as well as a quick connect jet here from the hose reel itself. Following the hose reel, it goes all the way down again to the hose reel. This is just a cheap one that I got off Amazon. I do need to upgrade this to like a nicer hose reel. That's definitely something I want to do here in the next year or so, and eventually upgrade the pressure washer to something like a Krenza or the new AR Blue. I've got my pressure washer gun there, and then the cable guards down there, my 3 foam cannons, and then my DI water system. Following that down, we've got 3 different buckets: my wheels and tire bucket, my wash bucket here, and then the rinse bucket, all on casters, looking good. And that is pretty much it for that side. Of course, you've got the garage here. Now, this is one thing I would like to take care of here eventually. Of course, you've got your standard Christmas tree, because you've got to have that. A couple different coolers, more car parts here, the stock suspension for the STI, couple different things. You got a motorcycle helmet. Most of this stuff is mine, so I can't really be too mad about it. I've got to change it, get rid of it, or put it somewhere else. And eventually, most of this stuff will go up into the attic space when I get that going. Again, following that down, we've got some more shop vac and steamer accessories, gallons of distilled water just in case I need it, some more bulk resin here to refill, bag for some baseball stuff, more power tools. This laundry detergent is full of kitty litter, so if I get a client that has a small oil leak, I can throw that down so it doesn't stain up my driveway. My extra Craftsman pressure washer that I use to clean the house or use around the house whenever I need to. I've got more hoses there, an air hose just in case, that kind of stuff. Following that down, we've got more buckets. Again, this is more for the homeowner side of things here. Buckets for changing sprinklers, for doing outside jobs, for dirty jobs, whatever it is. 2 Harbor Freight buckets, and a Napa bucket. Following that, we've got a detail seat by Grants. I've got to figure out something with this because this takes up quite a bit of space. I would like to eventually hang this on the wall somewhere or eventually upgrade this to like a Viper unit. So Viper, if you're watching this, don't know why you would, but hook a brother up. The next 2 items, you guys have seen this. This is the Adams detail cart that I use quite a bit. So I keep that on stack when I'm doing product reviews or I'm working on just washing the car. It's great. I really love this. This is a small portable AC unit that I was using this summer to cool off the garage, and it does a okay job. It drops it a couple degrees over a couple hours, but it doesn't do anything too super crazy. Jumping up here, we've got some sawhorses for working on home projects. Fortunately, they've got a little bit of paint on them, so again, I probably need to replace those. Garage TV, again, courtesy to my friend Jose, so shout out to Jose. Cable managed that guy down here, so just one single cord, looking good. Got my wall of ladders, a small ladder and a big ladder here for miscellaneous home use. I do use my Ego blower for car detailing as well as around the house. I love using this for like yard work and that kind of stuff. Even with the short nozzle, it does a great job with blowing off, you know, leaves, that kind of stuff. So I'm super happy with that. And finally, we got, again, more homeowner stuff. We've got your snow shovel, a squeegee, and a big shop broom there just in case I need to sweep anything up. But that is pretty much it, guys. I do really appreciate you guys hanging out. It is currently, let's see, 86 degrees in this garage at a max of 92 and a minimum of 76. So that brings me to the things that I want to do in this garage. Now, the first one would be flooring. Now, that's one thing I didn't bring up at all. This is just the standard, of course, concrete that comes with it. I do try to keep up on it and clean it as best as I can, but of course, with 2 vehicles parking in here every day, one that's a daily driver, one that just kind of sits here and hangs out, you do get quite a bit of dust and dirt and all that fun stuff. So now the flooring that I've decided to do is Swiss Trax flooring as epoxy. Number 1, I can't take it with me and I don't plan on being in this house forever. And number 2, it's a little bit more cost effective for my area and they're about the same price depending on who you go with. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do Swiss Trax flooring. So there will eventually be a video with that. Second thing is I want to do some sort of mini split or some sort of air condition. This wall actually backs up to the outside of the house here and everything else is insulated. This wall is insulated here. Of course, this wall is insulated and all I would have to do is insulate these 2 here, this and there, and then of course this. And so I do want to insulate that as well as go ahead and put a mini split of some sort in there just to cool it down as it does get pretty hot in here. And finally, I do want to upgrade the lights eventually as the lights do a great job. I can see everything. It's great for paint correction and I have no complaints, but I do want to eventually upgrade to something that's just a little tiny bit more bright and a little different color temperature. This is a 600K color temp and it's great. It's very warm, but I want something just a little bit different and I'm open to suggestions. So if you have any suggestions about that, let me know in the comments down below. And that will pretty much wrap it up for me here today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and spending a couple minutes here looking at my garage. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to drop them down below. Subscribe if you're brand new, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.